Hi, this is Bill Hitchcock. It is April 6th, 2020 when I'm recording this, and I'm just setting up some things to help you out with Chapter 8, which covers statistical um, functions in Excel. So we're going to start with the practice spreadsheet that we have. So give me just a minute as I do this. And really all I need is the employee satisfaction sheet. There's a lot that I can do on that particular one. So let me go in here. I'm just going to go ahead and save this. And I want to clean this up because there was a lot going on this spreadsheet, and really all I want to focus on in this one is going to be, actually I think I'll go with the salaries, and we'll pull out some of this other thing. So I'm going to click on column F, hold my shift key, cursor over to the right, and just right click on any one of these columns and delete them. So I've got that set up first. Next thing I want to do is I want to see if I can insert another column here. So I'm going to actually insert it in column B. And the reason I'm doing that is I've got employee statistics centered across this. So I want to keep that centering so I don't have to mess with it too much. I'm going to take the ID number, shift end and down, copy it, paste it in column B. And then I'm going to change column A to the sequence. Type in our 1, 2, and 3. Format those numbers with a comma format. Decrease the decimal. And just copy this all the way down. So if I hit my end and down arrow key, we find out we've got 50 records to work with. So let's hit Control Home. Let's take our columns and let's narrow those up. So I've got that set up, and actually like the ID number, I could probably narrow that one up even more. And I'm just going to increase the row height on here. And we'll do the same thing here with job satisfaction. We don't need that quite so wide. And also the salary rank, we can shrink that one in a little bit and adjust that as well. So we've got that information so far. Next, what I want to do is the salary. I'm just going to do a quick glance through these numbers. They all look like they end in 0, so therefore I don't need to show those decimal places. So I'm going to highlight them, shift, end, and down. Use a $sign format. Get rid of the decimal places. So I've cleaned that up a little bit. And finally, I'm going to click on cell A4. Click on View, Freeze Panes, and Freeze Panes. So as we scroll down, I can still read my field names up at the top. So a little bit of formatting took us about 3 minutes to get that done. All right, next what I want to do is I want to start out with just some descriptive statistics. So things like the count function, the sum function, the min, the max, the average, do some of that stuff. We've done them before, but it never hurts just to kind of get a quick glance at our data and see how that works. So I'm going to leave a blank row here because that way I can always sort these records. So I'm going to type in equals count, left parenthesis, cursor up a cell, hold my shift key, cursor up just a couple more, hit end and up. And it's all right if I include the word sequence because it's text. It'll ignore that text. Hit enter, and I've got 50. So I'm going to take my Format Painter, go back to the Home tab, Format Paint this number 50. I know I've got 50 records. All right, next what I want to do is I want to get the total. I'd like to get the average, the min, and the max. So we'll do equals sum parenthesis, shift end up. I'll do the same thing for the average, equals the average, cursor up here, cursor up a couple of times while I'm holding the shift key, hit end and up arrow. There's my average salary. We've got the minimum. So again, we cursor up, highlight, shift end, and up. And finally, the last one is the max function that I want to include in here. So now I'm holding my shift key, cursor up a couple, end and up arrow, hit enter. So now that I've got all those numbers in there, I'm going to use my format painter and format paint these as well. Now I could take those and copy that over for the job satisfaction if I like. The only thing is with the job satisfaction, the total doesn't really mean anything, so I might as well delete that one. The average, min, and max, they're formatted now as dollar signs. I don't want them as dollar signs. I'd probably just use a comma format and get rid of that. And then finally for the average, we might want to increase the decimal point at least one. So on average, our employees have a 3.4 job satisfaction rating. All right, that's enough. We have at least some basic descriptive statistics in. We're going to add a few more on our next lesson, but we wanted to get you started with that.